Back at it. Hope you're having a good Sunday. It's raining out. So I don't want to come across as having a vulgar display of pompousness, and I want to preface by saying I've made plenty of mistakes. Some would say, on par with being a loser, a screw up. A lot of difficult, not so great choices made. A lot of disappointments, frustrations with a lot that were around me. But with that being said, I'm also a winner. My spirit can't be broken. I'm someone who's not lazy. I work diligently for what I believe in. I have passion. My spirit is more lively than it's ever been. And my drive is burning like you wouldn't. It's unexplainable. But the point of this live today is me speaking about the path that has become evident. And I hope, a few of these lives, they've gotten cut off. I'm just going to keep going. I'm not even going to speculate. It's going to keep going. Now, with the path that has become evident, I want to say that I've chosen, because sometimes when you're aiming for greatness, to achieve greatness, you have to sometimes front run what's obvious. Hence the path that's evident, right? When it's not evident and you're front running what, like yesterday I was talking about a scorpion, right? That I had 10 years, right? So at that time, it was not known. Just like the northern race, right? And Tenori. Ahead of your time, you're going to come, Ahmed, you're going to come across as being like strange, odd. People are going to generally hate on what they don't understand. That's awesome. I hope you keep kissing more girls and continue to like them. But when you do things when it's not cool to do things and it's not accepted, you're going to come across as being someone who is possibly not understood, not liked. It could be a whole bunch of different things that people just don't want to side with you on because they don't get it, right? So I took a lot of abuse in my time for front running things that I believed in. Like I had a lot of passion towards things that I felt were gonna be the right choices. Because like I said, when I prefaced, I made a lot of choices that they weren't the best choices. But as I got older, as I got more mature, I started believing in myself. I started thinking like, I trust myself. And when you learn to trust yourself, that's a beautiful thing. Because when you move forward, knowing what you believe in your heart and soul is the right thing to do, then it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. Because the path is evident. And like I said, I took a lot of abuse. The same ones that gave me all that hate, all that abuse. It's really sad because these are my peers and they're either very sick, they have passed away, they are not looking good, and there are a lot of things, because they always say it's never too late, right? So that means age is just a number. It doesn't matter how old you are, what you've done, because you can, I don't really care neither, you know, but I'm putting it up there. It doesn't really matter what you care about or not, or what I care about or not. But when you go about life with purpose, what you choose to do today is gonna affect you. I know I sound like an older person right now, because that's what like mom says, right? But what you choose to do today is gonna affect you later on. I'll give you an example, right? So I'm looking at my peers, right? And Mr. Reddit King, salute. And I couldn't believe it. Let me tell you, I am seeing this more and more often. My peers are looking, they got me looking in the mirror. They got me looking at myself right now. And I'm like, is that happening to me too? Because I don't see it happening to me. But what's happening to my peers? You know how you said you don't care, brain rot? They don't care neither. But I cared. So that's why, like, I'm bugging out, looking in the mirror like, this is not happening to me. What I mean by that is, I'll give you one example, is like, and I'm not a know-it-all. There's gonna be plenty more mistakes I make moving forward. But there are things that I believed in that are now showing themselves to have been the right decisions. And when I look at my peers and the aging process, whoa. Because it's different, like, if you see someone on TV, right? Like, if you see an actor, right? And let's say you haven't seen that actor in a long time, and then that actor comes out of nowhere, and it's like, whoa, I haven't seen this actor or actress in like 12 years. And now when I see them, thank you, workout. Hi, Kelsey. And it's like, either that person aged not so well, or they look incredible, right? What do you think that is? That was their decision making, right? That's because we're not talking about, you know, enhancements or anything. We're just talking about the natural process of aging, right? That's what I'm talking about. And it's not even like I'm not seeing these people. It's not like I haven't seen them in like, you know, like pictures. I haven't seen this person's picture in like years and years. No, I'm seeing them year after year. And it's ridiculous what's happening from one year to the next. Like, what is happening here? And that is clearly like what Brainrod said. They don't care. It's so evident now because remember, they attacked me. And I'm not playing victim here. Like, I didn't care neither, brain rot. Evolution, I didn't care. But the fact of the matter is, I cared for myself. And it shocked me so much that I looked at what was happening with my peers, and it made me look at myself like, this is crazy because it's not happening to me, but it's happening to them. And what's more ridiculous is when I say they're my peers, they're my friends. Like, I know, at least they were my friends. Like, I'm not on bad terms with any of them, but like, I look at them and it means more because I know them personally. And it's it just blows my mind, because it's like, whatever you're doing, and here's the thing, this circles back to like what I was saying about it's never too late, right? Because you could always turn it around in pretty much anything, right? Whether it's money, whether it's your, you know, your health, whatever. But they can't turn it around because, like Brainrot said, they don't care. So that means they can't turn it around. It's just going to continue to get crazier. So all those people that hated on me, and they will continue to hate on me until this path that has now become evident will continue to confirm itself. And over time, we are going to look back, because some things, you know, you might be able to get a facelift and like, but then again, you might not be a Kardashian, you know? You might not be the mom at like 80 years old that can get a facelift that is like miracles, right? Because you may not have the money and the connections. You don't have that plug, and you don't have those funds to possibly pull that off. And maybe what that surgeon was able to do for her can't do it to you, because maybe she was on it throughout different stages of her life, where she just was constantly watching herself, you know? But when it comes to what's happening to my peers, it's honestly sad, you know? And I don't think they can turn it around, because some people just don't care, you know? And that is the saddest thing to see when you actually are experiencing it yourself, you know? So that's all I want to say. I just want to leave it at that before this thing, you know, kicks me out like it tends to do. But the path is evident, was evident, will continue to confirm itself to be evident, and has become evident. Thanks for checking in.